we drove up to Ivory Tree Game Lodge, and it was in Plansburg, which is sort of, it's good for first-time people coming to the continent to experience Safarai because you're in a malaria-free zone, and so it's, I think from a comfort zone perspective, it's good for first-time travelers. We had a lot of people on our trip who had never been to Africa and had never been on safari, and so we wanted to make sure that they would be comfortable in the environment that we gave them. But we had outside shower. We had mosquito nets over the bed, which a little freaked me out because I like to be bug-free when I go to sleep.
Everyone was exhausted coming in to Johannesburg. I mean, I think everyone slept on the bus, so you're in a haze, and then you get to the lodge, and the accommodations were real nice. I was impressed with that. I thought I was gonna have to sleep underneath a tree, but it was wonderful, and it was so cool because I think that same day at 6 o'clock we went out.
And I think the difference with this game reserve is that you drove out to see the animals, but when you were on the property where your hotel, where your lodge, your little cabin and everything, the animals weren't coming over there, which is different from other safaris that I've experienced.
And it was so cool because it was like Jurassic, I'm a movie buff, so it was like actually being thrown in Jurassic Park, the movie, because you're in this Toyota SUV that's been retrofitted just to drive people around, and you're driving around, you're like, okay, yeah, maybe I'll see one animal too, and then all of a sudden you see these rhinos walking across the road in herd. And
huge rhinos.
I love that. I mean, you were as close as you could get without touching them. It was a competition. You had, I think, 3 groups. The whole Kellogg group broke up into maybe 3 groups. So it was almost a competition at the end of the day who could come back with the best story.
And the elephant experience was off the hook.
The elephants, the ones that attacked us?
One day we went out with our ranger, Christo.
At the bottom, you see it's flat. Okay, that obviously indicates that it's a female. Okay, the males are dense.
And we had been seeing some pretty great animals. It was a good ride. And then all of a sudden we got to where there were tons of elephants.
It was probably maybe 20 of them of different ages, sizes, genders. And you're on the road. On one side of the road, you see a herd of elephants. And on the other side, there are a number of trees. And the elephants were taking leaves and things and just brushing themselves against a tree.
And he pulled the Jeep up as one of the elephants was about to cross the road. And so we found ourselves very close to where the elephant was coming.
You know, we're in the car, and our guy, Christoph, he's like, everyone be quiet, everyone be quiet. So we're quiet.
It was fear silent.
And all I remember is the elephant, like one elephant came from the left and like stuck its head in the Jeep. And I don't know who was sitting in the front.
I was sitting in the front seat at that particular time, and the elephant's head was so close to the Jeep that its head took up the entire windshield. It was the most gigantic animal I've ever seen, up close, and Christo was still inching ever closer to this elephant.
This is the car right here. Her nose is like right here. So she could just lift her little thing and do like that.
She could have hit our vehicle with her trunk. If she wanted to.
Yeah.
And everyone in the back is going, Christo, and everyone's grabbing for their cameras. And I'm sitting up front, right next to Christo at this time, and I'm inching back in my seat as much as possible, holding on to the seat for dear life. I think at one point I might have been holding on to Christo.
I'd have been like, hey, I'm in the back with y'all. Like, it would have been quick. Because I mean, like from where we were, it looked like its head was in it. I was like, that's incredible, and there, everyone's cool.
And this elephant just sat there, and then all of a sudden its trunk kind of hit the Jeep.
It's a controversy over whether she hit the car or whether our guide hit the side of the car.
No, our guide hit the side.
I personally feel that the elephant stopped in the middle of the road, and we did not move. So as a sign of who was dominant, I felt she smacked the car.
No,
now,
she didn't.
Other people are saying that he made that
I
noise.
watched our guide hit the car. I watched him because I was scared silent, and I was seeing what he was going to do.
And then Christo banged on the Jeep, and then it walked away.
Anyway, we have history with this elephant, so we keep going down this
Oh, wait,
road.
wait. Yes, so the elephant walks past us,
Right.
but what we don't really realize until we look at Dean Lyon's video is that elephant was looking back at our car. I mean, she's walking by, our car's still here, she's walking. She was looking back at our car the whole time.
Right.
So we didn't realize this till, because we were scared silent.
I'd be freaking out. Like, someone would have had to shoot something quick because I'd have been either, it would have been shot or I'd have been running. So either way, something had to go down.
And everyone went like this as the elephant walked away. Everyone had been sitting there holding their breath as the elephant was getting closer and closer and closer to the Jeep. And then the ironic thing is, about 2 minutes later, we went down, we went just a little bit further, and then more and more elephants were coming, and they started coming a little bit faster, and then
They passed us, and so we wanted to turn around to drive by them once again. So Christo went to do a 3-point turn on the road,
he tried to do like a K-turn kind of thing.
and as he was backing up,
The Jeep got stuck. It was completely stuck as, I would say, maybe 10 or 15 elephants, I don't know, sometimes I exaggerate, but 10 or 15 elephants were coming at us.
The whole herd was moving down the road.
And so we're stuck in this little area, and the elephants have started walking, and the ones in front are the mother elephant. And an elephant can run 35 miles an hour for a short span of time, and they can pick up the little Jeep that we're in.
Elephants kill more people in, as you know, in safaris and stuff than lions and all the other things because they stampede and then you are in trouble. So
Everyone panicked
Our guy
because
was
we did
even
not
a
want to
little
be in the
scared.
road.
so we're normally not supposed to get out of the vehicle, but everyone got out and sort of pushed as frantically and as strongly as we could.
Everybody except for me and someone else, because I wasn't getting out the safari vehicle.
Jumped out the
They
car.
jumped out, and they, because I wasn't getting out the safari vehicle, they pushed it.
Certain people that were very much afraid of the animals, and like I think it was Bruce and other people were like fearing like a mauling, so just pushed with like superhuman strength.
And got it out the ditch, and then they all ran and jumped back in.
I mean, you have the dean of the program leaping out of the car in the dirt with everyone else trying to push this vehicle.
As soon as everybody got back in the car and got settled, closed the doors, we see all these elephants come. And it's a different mother elephant this time, but it's definitely a mother elephant, and behind her are these elephants of different ages.
Right.
And they're checking us out.
Well, I just heard how Mary Kate told the story about getting stuck in the ditch, and I have to say she was way off. Her and her 10 to 15 elephants, that just did not happen. Basically, we're stuck in the ditch. Christo decides to tell us at that point that he no longer has his rifle on him. So we're all a little scared, and he turns to us and says, "The elephants are coming. We need to get out of the ditch." And we're like, oh my God, so first of all, we had no muscle in our Jeep. We had, sorry boys, but we had Brady, we had Bruce. So they jump out, I don't know who else jumped out with them. They're pushing the Jeep. I swear they pushed it in about 3 seconds. We all get back in, Christo looks at us and he's like, just kidding. We look around, there's no elephants. There was nobody coming. There were no 10 to 15 elephants. We were not in danger of our lives. He liked to play games and have fun, which is actually what made the trip so exciting with Christo.
Leopard. The leopard can take twice, almost 3 times his own weight up in a tree.
Yeah.
Okay. Hippo can do that.
One
but
night
when
it
he
was
gets
completely
halfway-
dark, and he saw a leopard in a tree, so he goes to chase the leopard, and we hit a pothole, and we all fly up, felt like about 1 foot, 2 feet in the air, and Mary Lion starts screaming, and I think that was the last time she ever went on a trip.
And you have to understand the dynamics of our little Jeep. So we had Dean Lyons and his wife Mary.
Who was the most freaked out? In general, over the 3 days that we went, I'd have to say it was Dean Lyon's wife, Mary.
Mary didn't want to be anywhere near any animals. Was she in there? She wasn't on that morning ride, because it would have been very different if she were on that morning ride.